So, Your Excellency, we thank you very much for this day. We thank you for a big push, a big, bold $10 billion vision that will find solution to our greatest developmental challenge. I want to thank you very much for supporting the private sector also to develop, to deliver its share of the solution. Certainly this is not a problem for government alone to carry. The private sector is very important in this journey. And that is why I'm grateful for the support you have given to the pilot training school that we are building in Ho. And I'm also happy for, personally, the support you are giving to Asokli Power that is about to commence the development of another 830 megawatt power project, thanks to your support. I want to ask that we all accept this as a collective responsibility. Let us all support the government to deliver on its promise so that we can enjoy the promise of more jobs, the promise of more growth, and the promise of more equitable development. I'm sure that this big initiative, complemented by exciting ideas, exciting I welcome you to this event, and I wish you success as you pursue this difficult task of delivering development to the people of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Amanya jaduna megbe ike miabete mi kho veto miabe duklola kho cho togbe afedewi enele agbo na miapete. That was a welcome statement from Togbe Afede. Once again, I acknowledge everybody here. Because of time, we will not be doing that one by one. I acknowledge everybody. You are all welcome and you are duly acknowledged. Abuja, MP for Daklo, and the Minister for Roads and Highways. Yes, but that's it. So, miape emo Minister, ikanya Adaklo nuto mepe se otakwe menola uguto Kwame governs Abuja.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, all ministers of state present, my colleagues, members of parliament, municipal chief executives here, our revered chiefs, members of the Volta Regional Coordinating Council, Chief Director of the Ministry of Road and Highways and all your directors and agency heads here, our revered religious leaders, my party general secretary, the regional chairman and all the regional executives, constituency executives, and all party executives here. We are very happy to be here this evening to mark the beginning of the President's vision to transform the road sector of our country. Mr. President, during the 2024 election, you made a firm commitment to the people of Ghana after listening to them, after traveling across the country, believing that the improvement of our roads actually spurs development. This is also evident in the statement made by our revered Togbe Gan as he spoke recently. Mr. President, I'll make it very brief. Big Push is your flagship solution to the decayed road we're seeing across the country. Not too long ago, Mr. President, a government took 2 turns to announce their solution to roads. Year of road number 1, year of road number 2. Mr. President, where we are standing currently, a finance minister actually forgot to add this road to a budget. When members of parliament called upon him, he wrote a direct letter to members of parliament selecting the road between Ho and Aflau as a priority project of government. Mr. President, they didn't even come to do Sod-Cutting. So there's skepticism among the people that politicians will only come and make promises and go. There's a new sheriff in town. President Mahama is in town. He promises and delivers. President Mahama had directed, and I want to take the opportunity to thank all the agencies under the road ministry. Mr. President, we spent the last 6 to 7 months studying these roads that you have earmarked, designing them, costing them, and putting them together as contracts. Mr. President, we are very convinced that the selection of the contractors that work on these roads from Atimpoku to Aflao can work and complete work within 24 months. Some people believe it cannot be done. But Mr. President, the section where we are doing the Sod-Cutting now belongs to a company called First Kai. Mr. President, I can tell you, First Kai can do this work in less than 24 months. And I am challenging all contractors to prove that the idea that the Ghanaian contractor is not fit for purpose, that the Ghanaian contractor can only do shoddy work, let us seize this opportunity to prove everybody wrong. I believe the Ghanaian contractor is as good as everybody. I believe the Ghanaian contractor has got a unique opportunity to build the longest lasting road in our history. And Mr. President, you will go down in history as the president who gave the biggest dose of intervention on roads at a particular time in our history. That is the fact. No president has ever committed resources as this at a particular time to the road sector in our country. You will be remembered for this. Mr. President, the road between Atimpoku to Aflao will be completed. And the people of Ho, the people of Volta region, have cried out loudly over the years because of the nature of this road. I followed you across the country sometimes, and when we get to this part of the country, it was difficult to go from Ho, for instance, to Joje. It is unacceptable, and we are not going to take this any longer. So, Mr. President, you are back here to start this journey. And I want to just commend the contractors who will take part in this. And to encourage you, please work and do the work that you can do best. And we have decided that from now, when we award projects to contractors, we will not only make the public aware of the name of the construction firm, we will make the public aware of the beneficial owners of the company. So if you do a good job, when you go to church, everybody will know you are a contractor who does a good job. If you do a bad job, when you go to church, your pastor will admonish you, or your malam will admonish you. So we'll make that available. And we have also decided that every contractor and consultant that will participate in this must take a very fit-for-purpose insurance cover for your work. Because if you do a bad job, we shall cash the insurance to repair the road. So contractors must take note. The final thing I want to say is this, Mr. President, unemployment is one of the things you want to solve. And that is why under your 24-hour big push, all the projects are going to be done in the 24-hour economy, day and night, they have to work. And we are encouraging the contractors that we have a lot of young people who have graduated from the universities with degrees in civil engineering, in quantity surveying and management. We want to encourage the contractors, take on new graduates and mentor them to become the contractors and the engineers when you and I are not here. So we are going to be looking at contractors who actually open their doors to mentor new people under your leadership. Mr. President, I will leave the part to you where you tell the people, your people. I remember how many times you called me to the house and say, Kwame, how are we going with the big push? Have you taken care of my people in Volta region, what I promised them? And I always say, yes. Today you are here to tell them what we have done so far. And I want to tell my people, Togbo Mamao, Eke Menye Bebleo. I am one of you. I can never stand in front of you and say or do something to denigrate you. That is not the way you raise me. That is not the way you raise us. We shall pray and hope that all the contractors will do this project and finish within 24 months. People say we cannot do it. I am not a believer in that. We can do this and build the best possible road by Ghanaian contractor in our history. Mr. President, your people are waiting for you to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Minister. We thank the Minister for Rose for his words of encouragement. Once again, everybody is duly acknowledged. We continue the program, and I humbly invite Honorable James Gunu, the Volta Regional Minister, to introduce to us the #1 gentleman of the Republic of Ghana. Yabe amuganu to mejikola avade amekpepe tohe ikenya megba to le Ghana akofiami.
Akpe togbio mamao amekpepe okata menyi banami otroya enye jijo manya glo nambe made unchu zaziade unchu dowola unchu ikan lomi alegbegbe unchu ike dongbe wana deji manya mayo keva yeo yobe year of rose part 1 part 2 oma wana nekena mio aibu mianchi agba Yehoah Mawu Akleve. Mr. President, in the past, it was as if the past government was so allergic to road construction in the Volta region. Aba ochrimo amonya konao amododonya konao daomedo more miapa muganu tomo. Owo budget gan lobo apabliboa ongromi ba abaka mia de numale dukoya manao ame aka dege malafia mia ame adu assemblyman po adu MP po adu deputy minister po adu minister po experience leshi awanado adu angbe wanadeji adu duklola pekpere ŋutɔ kpɔ adu dukplɔla kpɔ akplodu ya ye wò dɔ ale gbegbe kaka ame ŋtsi gbegblẽ kple dɔmevevi ta Ghanatɔwo ɖe asi ŋu eyi míeyi ʋua míekpɔ be míewɔ vodada elabe míaƒe mɔa eƒe nyi ale wole nenema ko wogale. Vodada ike miewa egba miewɔ ɖɔɖɔɖo egba miewɔ ɖɔɖɔɖo egba miewɔ ɖɔɖɔɖo ame ne miaƒe muganutoa miedze si mienya eƒe dɔwɔna ye mieda kɔ na bena wòava ɖe mi ye nye kplɔla nyuitɔ yenye de la nyuitɔ ameya yenye His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama.
I have a list on the phone. Salutation. Thank you very much. Togbi Teprehodo, the fourth president of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs and Paramount Chief of Amfuega Traditional Area. Togbi Afede, the 14th, Agbogbo Fia of Asongli. Togbi Mamao from all over the Volta region. Volta Regional Minister James Gunu, Minister for Roads and Highways Kwame Agboja, General Secretary of the NDC Fifi Fiavi Kwete, Ministers of State and senior government officials, members of the Council of State, members of Parliament, the clergy, including my uncle Silva, who said the opening prayer, the regional chairman and all functionaries of the NDC, heads of security services, management and staff of the Ghana Highway Authority, management and staff of First Sky Construction Limited, friends from the media, good people of the Volta region. As Togbi Afede told you today, today is a great day. A baby is being born. And that baby is a healthy, bouncing, big push baby. And let me tell you the history of that baby. The baby was conceived sometime in 2020 and was supposed to be born. So if you look in the NDC manifesto of 2020, big push was there. But unfortunately, there was a miscarriage. Because in 2020, we didn't win the election. And so Big Push could not be born. But we didn't lose hope. So in 2024, we put the baby again and conceived the mother. This time, on 7th December, the baby was ripe for birth. And today, on 16th September, we are delivering that bouncing baby, Big Push. It is not out of place that we are launching the Big Push here in the Volta region today. We did the first launch in Afienya, just outside Accra, and we came to continue the launch of the Big Push here in Volta region. And we're launching it in the Volta region because over the years, Volta region has had some of the most neglected, abandoned roads in the country. Year in, year out, the chiefs have cried for repair and maintenance of their roads. Roads that were commenced at a time when we were in office before 2016 were abandoned from 2016 and have not seen any maintenance over the years. And so it is not out of place that Volta region is among the regions that has the biggest share of the Big Push. When I appointed my younger brother Kwame Agboja as roads minister, when I called my ministers to my office one by one, with him, the instruction I gave him was, go ye forth. Biblical word, go ye forth. And work ye hard. And deliver quality and good roads for the people of Ghana. And so Big Push was one of the major tasks that I put in front of him. And he's been one of my most harassed ministers. No week passes without me calling him. And anytime I call him, where have you reached with the Big Push? He says, oh, boss, we're at the design stage. We're designing the roads. I said, but hurry up. How long does it take to design? He says, so we have to take our time so that we design the road properly so that it will last into the future. After a while, I'll call him again. He said, oh, we finished the design, we're packaging. After a while, I called him again. He said, oh, we finished packaging, we're now going to procurement. And of course, they've been in the procurement process for some time, but at long last, as our first president said, the big push is here. I know almost all the roads in this country because I've campaigned more than probably any president in history. I was running mate with Professor Mills in 2008. I went the length and breadth of this country, every single constituency I visited. I did so again in 2012. I did so again in 2016. I did so again in 2020. And I did again in 2024. So there's no road in this country that I have not passed on. And there was a chief, I've forgotten who he is, but I went to his palace. And he said, oh, Mr. President, we're going to vote for you. And we wish you well. And I'm sure that you're going to win the election. If you win the election, if you don't do anything at all, don't bother about hospitals and schools and this thing, you just fix our roads for us. And that if you just fix our road for us, we'll remember you forever. And I said, oh, I'll not only fix the roads, but I'll also do the schools, I'll do the hospitals. So during the campaign, I passed on the whole Georgia Road, whole Denu Road, all these roads I passed on. Atimpoku to Ho, all those roads I passed on. Atiavi Road, Metrikasa, all those roads. And so, Kwame Agboja was surprised. When he brought the list of roads, and I know every road, so he brought the list. I looked at Volta region roads. I said, but this one is not there. Okay, I'll add it. But this one is not there. This one is not there. This one is not there. By the time he finished, the list was as long as this. And so there are several roads that we're going to work on simultaneously. And as we said, at Impoku Ho, Hoa Flao, are roads that we are going to work on. There's not going to be delay in payment. The big push is a $10 billion project. If you convert that into cedis, it is 120 billion cedis over 4 years. We started this year with enough money to start paying them because we realized that the packaging and everything will take almost half of the year. And so this year, the finance minister allocated 14 billion cedis to the big push. So all these roads that are starting, the money is sitting in the account and waiting to pay them. And next year, I've spoken with the minister, and he's allocating 30 billion cedis to the big push. So contractors, have no fear, go full steam ahead. The finance minister has promised that for every big push contractor who brings a certificate, he will receive his money within 2 weeks. We are setting up a big push secretariat, which will be under the auspices of the Office of the President. We're going to have engineers and others working there, and we're going to keep monitoring the progress of all the projects. So they will visit the projects regularly from time to time at every stage to see the status of the project. They will take pictures, they will take videos, and so I'll be sitting in my office and I can see what First Car is doing on the whole Aflao Road. I can see what Oswald is doing on the Afienya Dodowa Road. Every contractor working on every road in this country, I'll sit in Accra at the Flagstaff House and I'll see the work they are doing. So let me apologize to Ghanaians. The Big Push projects have been allocated in such a way that no contractor will take 24 months to complete, because we haven't given any contractor too long a stretch that will take him too much time. We've broken it up into pieces so that every contractor can work quickly and then they join their portions together. So let me apologize to Ghanaians. From the launch of this Big Push here, the whole of Ghana is going to become a construction site. The whole of Ghana is going to become a construction site. So bear with the contractors. When you are driving, there will be some inconvenience because the road work will be going on. But know that we are suffering to gain. So let's bear the inconvenience. If the contractors put signs that we must follow, let's not get irritated. Let's follow the signs that the contractors have given. And I urge the contractors, because you are going to be working and we're paying you, the construction industry is going to grow. There are a lot of young, enterprising Ghanaians who have graduated as civil engineers, as different kinds of engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, who are sitting at home and not doing any job. Please open up your recruitment and recruit these young people for me. Recruit my younger brothers and sisters so that they can start to work. We have given priority to Ghanaian contracting companies because we believe that Ghanaian companies can do as well as foreign companies. And so you are lucky because First Sky has been working in this country for years. Everybody knows him. And I can tell you that First Sky is one of the best Ghanaian construction companies available. And so once we put First Sky on this road, you can be sure that he will do a good job. It is in his interest, because if he does the Antipoku and Nyerawase whole road, his hotel, Volta Serene, will get more customers because it will be easier to drive to Ho. But like I said, he's a good contractor, so he'll do a good job. But let me just conclude with some of the roads that we have captured for Volta region. And as we said, we have Aveji Metrikasa Road, Atiavi Road, rehabilitation of Asikumash Junction, Anyirawase, reconstruction of Anyirawase, Ho Titrinu, to Ho Guinness Depot, to Ho Airport Second Gate, rehabilitation of Ho Petoy Afia Deniba, including Ziope Town roads, upgrading of Adaklu Tefe Waya Kayime Road, Abuedi Kodiabe Road, upgrading of Asiekwe Road, upgrading of Ziope Toda Road, construction of Waya Police Station, Hehekwe Road, rehabilitation of Sokode to Juapon Road, rehabilitation of Anyirawase Bamekpeve Road, rehabilitation of Afia Denigba Penny Road, dualization of Georgetown roads, reconstruction of Have Hohoi Road, selected roads in Ho Municipality, selected roads in Hohoi Municipality, selected roads in Ketu North and Ketu South, upgrading of Tanyigwe Town roads, upgrading of Voje Jakpo Feeder Road, upgrading of Adaklus Seva Junction Mafikumasi Road, upgrading of Abutia Teti Jakpo Road, Vakpo Wus Ho Barracks Takla Hojo Tokope Road, Tajevu Divego Agove Junction Road, Adakluk Pechu Dokpo Feeder Road, and sport improvement of Podwave Junction to Podwave Feeder Road. These are a few of the roads that have been captured as priority roads, and you will see contractors on them in the shortest possible time. I thank you all. May God bless us all.
Kina amiga dakpe gare na gana duklola. Ifwasi kole gare na gana duklola. De donui ke topete obe ya wanamita.
Is it on? Miele talo, miele mawalo, miele mawa kaba kaba.
Ahia vavie ba mona sa oboblododo kugba fade de zaduduo kata lekpi fo ekple didi fo sia wo tete nwiso na your revival kwa ka
all social media platforms.
Hena
Facebook.
The luckiest,
Oh yes,
luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest,
funny